3D audio is going to be
Sony has
game
entered
changer.
the generation.
I'm pretty sure Tecmo Bowl has a speed run.
Everybody, welcome back to this week's Most Elite podcast. I got a short window here as I mentioned a couple of times. I'm like just doing this in between work for now. This is episode 5 of Resident Evil 4. We're continuing that playthrough. Again, I don't have the game in front of me. I do not know what's going on in the game, so I can't comment on it. Also, I might randomly pause the episode. You might hear like a phone ringing. That'll be my work doing that. So, I apologize. Because it's getting pretty close to the time where like I have to do something for work. But I'm squeezing this in because I have to do this, you know. It's like, what did Rorschach say? We don't do it out of a sense of justice or good. We do it because we are compelled. And it's sort of like that. And then like Dr. Malcolm's like, what compels him to do this? Anybody here read Watchmen? Has anybody read The Watchmen? I read it like thrice a year. Hey, I got to use it in a sentence. I read it like 3 times a year. And it's just such a fantastic comic. It's a very good story. It's very well written. It's one of the best. So there's a scene where Rorschach he's in a mental institution, and he's being interviewed by a doctor Malcolm something, and he's just asking him about himself, like why is he the way he is. So, you know. So I always thought that was cool. I always thought that was like a nice thing. A nice scene. And it's very well written, the interaction between Malcolm and Rorschach. And there's like a cool part where like the doctor, like he's been writing notes every day about his interactions with Rorschach, or as he was calling him, Walter Kovacs, which was his birth name. And then like midway through the interviews, like the doctor's viewpoint changes and sort of aligns with Rorschach's viewpoint. And then like in his notes, he starts calling him Rorschach, but he doesn't realize it. And it's like a cool scene where he's like, when did I start calling him Rorschach in the notes, you know, and not Kovacs. Very good scene. I kind of feel like it was left, a lot of that character building and world building was left out of the 2009 movie. Done by Zack Snyder. And like, I mean, it was almost a completely faithful comic book adaptation, but the comic book is so big and there's so many stories in it. I mean, I can understand him not being able to fully like realize that vision. You know what I mean? So I get it. I wish he would have kept the squid. I hate that he didn't, but whatever. For the most part, it was almost spot on. Very good movie, adaptation of a comic book, and that's hard to say because a lot of those aren't so good. Comic book movies now have become a multi-billion-dollar industry, but like back then, that wasn't the case. And I think it opened against the Wolverine, I think, or like something. I think they were coming out around the same time. I'm pretty sure because I remember like or maybe it didn't. Maybe it was maybe the Wolverine was 2012. Maybe a few years later the Wolverine came out. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. The comic. The movie was okay. I like the actor they got to play Ozymandias. I thought he did a fantastic job. And I like Patrick Wilson. So it was really cool to see him as a Night Owl. And then like when you watch him in like The Conjuring or whatever, it's like, man, it's fucking Night Owl, man. That's so awesome. I like Patrick Wilson. I think he's a good actor. I hope he's a good person. That nowadays you never know. It's fucked up. I guess you never knew. You know, I say now. I preface that with nowadays, but maybe we just never knew. Maybe we never knew anything. Like it came out like the Dante voice actor he has some views that I think I would disagree with because of the color of my skin. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess we never know. Okay, so why was I talking about the? Oh, I was just rambling because I can't see the episode. That's right. I was like, wait a minute. Why did the Watchmen get brung up? Has anybody watched? Fuck it. We're just regular podcasting this. Has anybody watched? What is it? Superman and Lois. Is that any good? Like I haven't. I haven't watched it. I mean, I like swore off superhero shows after Smallville, like because I love Smallville so much. And I never even finished Smallville. Like I watched the first 6 seasons. I think I stopped episode 1 of season 6 where they introduced Supergirl. That's where it lost me. Like, and I mean, I went back and watched the final episode where he's finally Superman. And then I came back again for the Crisis on Infinite Earths timeline for the Supergirl show, just to see Smallville Superman, Smallville Clark again, Tom Welling, just to see him again, because he was my favorite on-screen Superman, like Christopher Reeves and Henry Cavill. You know, I love those guys. So like, if I see them as Superman, it's like I gotta watch. And he wasn't like Superman; he was like Clark, so that was pretty cool, you know. But yeah, and then I'm thinking about who is the actor who played Ozymandias in The Watchmen. I have to look him up. Did a good job. I wonder what else he's been in. I've seen him in tons of things. So I'm sure I've. Oh man, my phone. I'm sure I've seen him. Man, did you hear what is it? Shit. Something to do with so all those 4 lawsuits against CD Projekt Red are like merging into a super lawsuit, you know. So instead of just being like 4 lawsuits separately, they're just gonna like fuck it, we're sending it. We're just one lawsuit now. We're a mega lawsuit. I mean, yeah. The state of that game was unacceptable, and there needs to be some sort of retribution for it. I fully agree that they lied to everybody, and so far they've gotten away with. I mean, they lost some money. They lost a lot of money. Sony still hasn't restored the game to their PlayStation Store, and that speaks volumes, you know. So yeah, I think they're gonna have something has to be done about I think the saddest part is, even if something is done, like even if they lose more money in this lawsuit, right? Like even if they're like, oh, we lost more money, I think the saddest thing is like it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna change the industry, you know. I mean, look what it was. EA, they've been being sued for like 40 years now for being like assholes constantly with loot boxes and gambling and shit, which they still maintain isn't gambling, right? But it's definitely fucking gambling. Like you're definitely spending money for a chance at money. That's the definite, like that's a slot machine, dude. Right? Like you sit down and you put money in and you spin the wheel, and maybe it'll give you money back. The only thing for loot boxes is it's money you spent that there is no chance of return financially on it. It's the return is an item or a costume or something that you want, or a character card in EA's case, the gold cards. So the return is even, the chance is even lower, and it's not like you just press a button and then it flips the card instantly. There's all this preamble and colorful sounds and shit to trigger that part of your brain to say that this is a good thing. You ever wonder why slot machines make all that cool noise and light up, and then like even if you lose the slot, it still makes the ding 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 ding, like it still makes the fucking sounds? It's because humans are so easily fooled and bamboozled by colorful sounds and shit. That's why they still give out stickers to people. Like, I mean, this shit is built in, guys. So yeah, it's fucking gambling, and it's been going on forever now. And I don't think, even if CD Projekt Red loses their lawsuit, right? Like they're gonna be like, okay, next game, and it's gonna fucking go bananas sell wise, because everyone always says like, oh, I'm swearing off this, I'm not doing it, and only a small percentage of people do it. A small percentage of people actually do it. They're like, yeah, I can't trust this developer, so I'm not, like, I'm never buying from People Can Fly again. The guys who recently did Outriders, they're fucking banned in my household. Like, it's over. If I even see any People Can Fly apparel or anything, I'm tearing it up. It's done. They betrayed all their fan base, whatever fan base they built. They betrayed it. Recently, they admitted that, like, the demo for Outriders was a separate build. That means they crafted, created, and released a separate demo build of a game that they knew was broken. Everything that they have said and done after the fact has proved that they're fucking scumbags. And I'm scared that every developer is. Like, even the ones we trust. Everybody trusted CD Projekt Red, The Witcher 3. Look how that turned out. Look what happened with that. So, yeah, I'm fucking scared that no developer gives a shit. And I know the solution is like, oh, well, just be a developer and then you'll change from the inside. Now, how many fucking bright-eyed politicians do you think said that exact thing? Like, how many politicians do you think started as a kid like, well, I'm going to change things. I'm going to do it from the inside. When I get there, surely they'll raise the minimum wage. And here it's been, 50 plus fucking years where the prices of everything has gone up, but minimum wage is still the same. You're not going to change shit from the inside. You're going to start a developer. You're going to make a small indie team. You're going to have some success. The success is going to go to your head. You're going to get some stockholders. You're going to get some shareholders. And then they're going to hold your fucking cock in their hands and jerk you around. They're going to tell you what to do, when to do it, when to release, what to release. That's what's going to happen. And I know you think it's not, but it is. Because look what's happening. Look at the state of the industry. It's happening to everyone. Anyway, it's my time this week. Please follow, like, comment, all those things. If you don't, that's completely fine too. Thank you for listening. We're going to catch you next week with something else cool. It's just going to be more Resident Evil. Later.